Andrew, can you believe we almost got scammed on Craigslist trying to buy a really cool truck?
We came close.
And in this video, we're going to show you what happened to us. It's a pretty interesting story. And there's that saying, of course, if something's too good to be true, it probably is. So last night I was checking out Craigslist, as I always do, and I found the coolest truck, something I've always wanted. Tell them what it is.
Well, it was like 8 p.m. and you texted me, Andre, I found something. And you texted me this red, beautiful, big truck. This is a 2006 Freightliner M2 sports chassis, which is basically kind of it's not a semi-truck, it's called kind of a medium duty because it's between a regular 1 ton and a true semi, but it's still a super, super cool truck. Look at this. Rear seat turns into a bed. It's got a big diesel engine, it's got air brakes, it's got huge capability, and it looks awesome.
It's basically the kind of truck that people use, let's say cowboys use for horse with living quarters, horse trailer with living quarters, that they tow around the country. And the coolest thing about this truck, besides the fact that it's basically a semi-truck, is the price. Show them the price, Andre.
Yeah, and this is where my first red flag came in. They're asking $28,900, which seems insanely cheap.
Yeah, it's 2006, and they call them a Freightliner M2 sports
chassis. Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of the official word of it. And then I was reading through the Craigslist,
yeah,
and it had everything that actually I look for. So why don't you read through what it had?
So they also sometimes call this business class type chassis or sports
but there's
chassis.
A sport chassis, yeah.
Low mileage,
yeah.
so 63,900 miles, perfect shape, see pictures, upgraded sound system with backup camera, all maintenance up to date.
Which I always look for.
Service records, original manuals.
Yes, I know.
Cummins diesel, all the great things, dual tanks, and all the keywords were at the bottom.
Yeah, now there was already a red flag, and that is that I found this truck not just in Colorado, but also a listing for it in Wyoming. So that's really weird when there are 2 listings.
But sometimes people do that, right?
Yeah, sometimes they
try to expand their search, right, and expand their reach.
And the other thing that was, really attractive to me was, of course, the price. And in this video at the end, we're going to show you how much one of these actually really goes for, because believe me, they don't go for $30,000, even a 2006. So yeah. We both found this ad actually,
intriguing.
Intriguing and together, and then we emailed the seller.
Individually.
Yes, and one of the things I always like to do is, before I buy a car or truck, I like to talk with the seller, because that gives me a sense of what the person is like, and usually I have this rule, if I like the person, I'm going to like the vehicle. If I don't like the person, it's also a good way to test for scammers, because I always wondered how scammers get your money without ever talking to you on the phone. And in this video, we're going to show you how that happens. So I sent them an email, you did too, and this is what they responded with.
We got the identical response.
Yes.
Individually.
And it's already getting weird here.
It's a JPEG image, so it wasn't typed in. It came in as a screenshot like this, and it says, "Hello there, the truck is still available. I've posted this 2006 Freightliner, and I'm selling it for my aunt. She has it for sale. Therefore,
That's already weird.
Ask her all the questions."
Yeah.
Okay, so now this person is posting for somebody else. It's the aunt. Okay, wonderful.
And then here's the email address, and I couldn't click it because it's a JPEG. I actually had to type it in.
Yeah, so that was a pain, and I did the same thing.
So we emailed this person back who's selling this vehicle, this truck, and I said, "Hey, great, but I really want to talk to you.
Please call me.
Please call me. I've got some questions." I do. I mean, I want to know the history of the vehicle.
I want to test drive it.
I want to test drive it.
Right.
Yeah, but more importantly, on the phone, I want to kind of screen the truck to make sure it doesn't have rust. It doesn't have an accident history, all that stuff. Anyway, we get this next email back, which now gets a little strange.
Yes. So now it comes as a typed message.
Yes.
So now it comes in. It says, and this is from your inbox.
Yep.
And this says, "Hi Roman, thank you for reaching out regarding my Freightliner M2 truck with 63,000 miles.
All good so far?
First of all, I would like you to know that I am a second owner."
Even better?
Oh, wonderful. But the first owner was my husband, who passed away a month ago because of a heart attack at the age of 75. I'm a 72-year-old woman with speech disabilities who moves around in a wheelchair, and I have no use for this truck.
So she didn't use it to drive to Walmart on the weekends to get
or to church,
or to church to pick up her prescription medicine.
It does have a 7.2 liter L6 Caterpillar engine,
Yep.
which checks out with Allison transmission, right?
Yep.
That's good
But
information.
now it's getting a little weird.
With a manual mode and digital fluid level check.
Yeah.
So this person actually has some information about this truck.
Yeah.
The certificate of title and registration is in my name. All maintenance is up to date. We have all the service records, original manuals. I decided to sell the truck for $28,900, and I think it's a good price for this truck. Well, yeah, it's unbelievable price.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable price. And at this point, of course, red flags are going off for me because
Yes.
I asked them to call me, no phone calls. I get this weird JPEG. It's listed in 2 different places. So then I'm like, okay, now I'm getting to the point where I think this might be a scam. So I'm like, you know what? The way that these scammers usually work is what they do is they find a legitimate listing, they scrape it off Craigslist, right? And then they put it back up as their own.
Yeah, and they redo the words maybe and do something
Sometimes
else.
they don't even redo the words. They just take the whole thing because it's too much work. They're lazy. So I'm like, okay, I'll bite. Why don't you send me a picture of yourself next to the truck? Give me one of those, hey, this is my truck kind of pictures, because then I know you actually
It's for real, yeah.
have the truck since you didn't call me. So I said, please be so kind, take a picture of you next to the truck. Love to see it. Or call me. So this is what we get next.
No call still.
No call.
No picture.
No picture.
But this email came back.
Yeah.
Hi, Roman. We lived in Boston, Massachusetts for over 40 years, but after my husband passed away, my daughter decided to move with her grandchildren so she could take care of me. The truck is still in Boston at BT Escrow Logistics Company.
So it's
Wait a
no
minute.
longer in Wyoming or in Colorado,
no.
but now it's in Boston. Now, all of a sudden, it's getting really funky.
Yes. The logistics company has possession and they will handle the sale on my behalf and take care of delivery and the financial part of this transaction. Shipping will take 3 days and all the paperwork required for registration will be provided along with the truck. I signed the title and the bill of sale and it's ready to be signed over. Using the BT Escrow Logistics Incorporated, both of us are 100% covered during the steps of the transaction. Oh, so no worries.
No worries. Yeah, both of us.
Okay.
Her and us. Yeah.
Yes. They will offer you up to 5 days for inspection before committing to buy the truck and will hold your funds until you get the truck.
Interesting.
I get paid only if you decide to keep the truck after the inspection period is over. If you find anything wrong with it, you could send it back.
You mean like on Amazon, like you send back a GoPro? How much?
No.
How heavy is this truck, Andre?
No, Roman.
How much would it cost to send this truck here and back to Boston?
It will take many, many thousands of dollars. This truck weighs at least 10,000 pounds, maybe 11,000 pounds. You don't just put it on a trailer. You may have to drive it here. It may take multiple days. It could take thousands of dollars just to get it here.
So how do we start this process of buying the truck? What did she say?
In order to get started, you will need to send me your full name, your delivery address, your phone number. I will forward this information to the logistics company, and I will ask them to send you an invoice with all the steps of the transaction.
So I'm going to take an educated guess as to what happens next.
Okay.
They send you an invoice with, like, the Bank of Bombay or wherever it is, right?
Okay.
You transfer the money, and instead of you getting the truck,
The lady disappears.
truck disappears, lady disappears, ad disappears, your money disappears. I always wondered, Andre, how they actually get you to send the money, right? Without actually ever calling you, because I bet you if you talk to them, then they couldn't provide you with any of the facts about the truck. So they have to do this all via email. It was close, but I think it's also educational.
Yeah, and also, and I think it's an interesting story, but the first flag was the price. So how much would this truck cost for real?
Yeah, so Andre did some homework, and we actually looked around and found one of these trucks, the identical year, for sale in Denver. Why don't you show them the truck we found for
Yeah,
sale
so
in
we
Denver?
looked locally actually. So look at this. So this truck we found another Freightliner. Doesn't have the identical wheels and suspension.
It's a dually.
It's a dually in this case, but still a sports chassis, still a Freightliner 2006.
Fewer miles, I think.
A little bit fewer miles, 41,000 miles. Asking price $109,500.
So how much does this bad boy tow, Andre?
So these trucks are not ultimate like semi-trucks for
Right.
towing. They're rated around 30,000 pounds usually for towing, but payload is where it's at for these trucks, about 9,000 pounds with
Holy
payload.
cow.
So this is almost like a double what a luxury dually 1-ton truck
Hey,
would
is there
be.
right up? What's under the hood of this thing?
So
now I'm kind of curious about this thing.
So this is once again called the business class or also sports chassis conversion, 106. That means it has usually a smaller engine by comparison, 7.2 liter, 300 horsepower Caterpillar. They also use sometimes bigger displacement Cummins engines.
Look at this, 19,500 pounds GVWR. Holy cannoli, Andre.
And the rear axle is rated up to 17.5.
17,500 pounds. And how much fuel capacity does it have?
150 gallons.
Now multiply that by $6 a gallon.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
This
crazy.
is a serious truck.
So I'm asking about this actually because we've done a couple of videos on these, and I got to say I'm a little tempted by this truck. Now, of course, we don't have $109,000 to spend.
Not laying around.
No, we don't. But here's something I want to ask you guys, because look, we live and die by your views, and we make no secret of this. Our business plan is that we get a truck, then we do a bunch of videos, and when you guys get bored of it, when we've done as many as we can, we trade it in on the next one. We've done that all year round. Now we do, as you know, Andre, now possess a Hummer
Yes.
EV,
In our fleet.
which we paid about that much for.
About 113 we paid? Yeah.
So I have a crazy idea.
Okay.
Would it be worth maybe trading in our Hummer EV on this next time around?
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys like seeing some of these big trucks. There's something else happening next year,
Yeah.
which makes this truck attractive. The new Ford Super Duty comes out.
Yeah.
The new GM heavy-duty trucks come out, and we can get some Rams potentially. So what if we can have this truck for comparison purposes maybe, or as a support truck, and just do a bunch of videos?
$9,000. That's a lot for a support truck, dude.
But it has a bed. I can sleep in it.
Oh, you want to sleep in? No, keep in mind, Andre has his CDL. I don't think you need a CDL to drive this, unless you're towing 30,000.
Well, if you're towing, technically you do, but if you're towing for your own recreation purposes,
Right.
let's say you go into a rodeo.
You got the horse trailer with the living quarters.
And you're not making money at the rodeo, you're just visiting.
And you're not a very good cowboy.
Then this truck may not require a CDL, but
It said no CDL required.
But it's heavy truck, dude. It's got air brakes.
Well, I'm just saying, I want to drive it. You're missing the hints I'm giving you, Andre. If we're going to buy this thing, I also want to drive it, not just to do it with a CDL, right? That'd be the fun part of it.
Okay, well, we'll get you a trailer with your own bathroom.
I just want to drive this thing. It seems like this is the ultimate Tonka toy in my mind.
Yes.
And that's why I think it would be good for the channel. But let us know in the comments below, are you interested in seeing a truck like this, even though, it's pretty old and at this point is, something that is, for me at least, more dream than reality.
But there's a big but also owning one of these.
Yes.
Maintenance costs.
Oh, God, you're right, yeah.
So this engine requires gallons of oil,
Yeah.
lots of money. If you want to change brakes on one of these puppies, that costs a lot of money. Tires cost a lot of money. What?
I have another idea.
What?
All right, you guys over at International,
Yes, we have some friends in the
we have some
international.
fans and friends. They built a chassis cab version of this, right?
Yes.
So can we buy or have them loan us perhaps a chassis cab version of this? We put a bet on it.
Hi guys.
Then we do
Hi Jason and team.
Then we do a video series around the truck, right? Because I mean, this one doesn't have the bed. I like the bed on the other one. The bed was kind
So
of cool.
the other one actually has a traditional pickup bed.
Yeah.
Which looks like a Ram.
That's why I think it's cool. So this is just a bed off of a regular truck. Right?
Yeah. Attached to a big semi, basically.
And I think this is even a dump bed. I think they added to the dumps. Is that possible?
Oh, no, the rear air suspension dumps.
Dumps, okay, not
so
the bed.
you could lower the entire thing.
Okay.
But maybe we can build something similar to this.
International instead of a Freightliner.
Yes.
Is that possible?
Yes.
So we've got two potentials here. Let us know in the comments below what you would love to see. Would you rather see us potentially trade the Hummer in on the Freightliner, or if our friends at International are listening, maybe we can get a new chassis cab, find a bed for it. It can't be too hard, right, to find a bed.
Well, this
to
is
put on
just a
there.
regular Dodge.
Right, yeah.
So Ram.
Yeah.
But
And then
maybe
swap out the tires and wheels to
Yeah.
get these kind of off-roady single rear wheel set up, because I think that just looks so cool.
it looks awesome, and still have the capabilities, still the towing and still hauling payloads, and go maybe a little bit of a there's
Andre, how big of a drop do you need?
you need the biggest Gen Y hitch, the biggest one. But also this is two-wheel drive, Roman.
Oh, not four-wheel drive.
But they do have four-wheel drive versions.
Oh my gosh.
Or
Oh.
what about the 6x6?
See, we found the silver lining in the scam cloud.
We did.
We did, hopefully. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Once again, this is really all about you, seriously, because if you guys want to watch these videos, we'll make them. If you don't want to watch them, then we won't make them. And remember, go to where, Andre, for all of our latest and greatest?
One place, alltfl.com, Or also TFLtruck.com, because we talk about trucks right there.
That's such a badass truck, dude.
Yes, unfortunately it's a scam.
It's a scam.
Don't look
Somebody
at this.
owns it, but somebody has that truck.
Somebody has it.
Somebody, I'm sure.
They blocked out the license plate.
Yeah, somebody owns that thing. Whoever you are, I'm jealous.
Sorry. Yeah. Well, sorry, it's being used in a scam.
Yeah, sorry. If it's your truck, email us and now people know. All right. See you guys next time. Ciao.